What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. In today's video, we're going to be going through the brand new data download that just went live on the Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise, which does include information on the two brand new Super Evolution characters arriving, which are going to be both Sanji, version 1 Sanji, and also Legend Franky. This was definitely a left field call that not a lot of people saw coming, seeing both Franky and Sanji version 1 getting their super evolutions. Sanji definitely was one of the most anticipated super evolution characters. He's a very old legend now, and even still on his release, I felt as if he was a little bit weak, and I think a lot of people will still be disappointed as to what Sanji is capable to do in this day and age in One Piece Treasure Cruise. However, on the other hand, we have Franky, who seemingly got a random 6+ out of nowhere, and he actually is pretty goddamn powerful. So we'll go through both of these characters. I'll be giving my thoughts and opinions on both of these guys. If you guys do go on to enjoy this video, make sure to go ahead and smack the like button down below. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. So first of all, let's go ahead and break down the first of these super evolutions, the one that a lot of people are going to be anticipating, which is going to be version 1 Sanji. So Sanji, when he super evolves, he does actually maintain his int typing. He does maintain being an int character, and he is also maintaining his class as being a fighter powerhouse character. When you go ahead and max limit break him and get him to his super evolution status, he has 3,788 HP, 1,788 attack, and 485 recovery. His stats are actually pretty okay. I feel like the attack is a little bit on the weak side, but his other two statistics are pretty nice. Obviously, with most super evolution characters, he's 65 cost, and he does have 5 socket spots. So the thing about both of these brand new super evolutions with Sanji and Franky is that they're both utilizing the Captain Action mechanic, and they both still maintain their Captain Action mechanic with a few minor tweaks. So the regular Captain effect of Sanji will boost all characters' HP by 1.3 times, and also will boost all characters' attack by 2.75 times. However, a minor change here is the fact that he actually will boost his own attack by 3 times, and he will also make all 10 slots on your crew counted as beneficial. So the main drawbacks, or the main takeaways from this actual captain effect, is the fact that the base multiplier for all characters has changed. It was previously 2.5 times, going up to 2.75 times, and also the addition of the fact that he makes tandem slots beneficial, and also boosts his own attack by 3 times. Now, personally, I feel like this is a pretty weak captain effect. Like, this captain effect is like something you'd see in like 2017. This is a very weak captain effect. The fact that he only will go to 2.75 times for your crew members, I feel like, is a bit of a slap in the face. I feel like Sanji is the type of character that kind of deserves to have that 3 times multiplier to all of your characters at the very least. I don't know how I feel about this, man. Sanji's captain effect is pretty lackluster. However, he does have the captain action as well, and it does maintain the exact same mechanics as it did previously, with the fact that you could swipe down and Sanji would fly into the air. While he is in the air, you will go ahead and dodge all of the enemies, like preemptive attacks that target Sanji, whether it be like chaining, despair, blowing away, any of those mechanics. While you are in the air with the captain action, you will dodge that. And obviously, the turn that you fly up into the air, you cannot attack with Sanji. However, on the following turn, he will come back down with a stronger boost to himself. So this time, he actually boosts his own attack by 2.75 times on the following turn after activating the captain action. Previously, with his regular 6-star form, it was only a 2.5 times boost, so Sanji definitely will do more damage. However, I just feel like in this day and age, with the kind of legends that we have now, I don't think we're going to be seeing too many people utilize this Sanji at this current time. I mean, I can see a lot of people utilizing this Sanji just for the fact that he will be carrying people through Treasure Map, you know, being a boosted character and all that. But honestly, the captain effect and the captain action combined together just is a little lackluster compared to some of the things that we have nowadays. However, the saving grace of Sanji 6+ is actually his special ability. Now, his special ability, in my opinion, is the best part of this character. so he does not get any cooldown reduction at all. Starts off at 19 turns, goes down to 14 turns, and when you limit break him, he gets 2-turn cooldown reduction. So what it does, it will go ahead and deal 100,000 fixed damage to all enemies. He also changes block slots and also adjacent slots into matching. He then also adds 0.8 to the chain multiplier for 1 turn. And if this character is your captain or your friend captain or a guest captain, and you use the special ability, he reduces 5 turns of chain lock and chain reduction. This is a pretty nice special ability, as they actually add a couple of really key mechanics here that would make Sanji a little bit more viable and used a little bit more in some different crews. So the fact that he adds to the chain multiplier is actually a very, very nice effect, and I think that's honestly going to be one of the main reasons why people use this, because not only are you getting a lot of matching orbs and you're dealing lots of AoE damage, but during that burst turn that you use the special, you're going to be getting 0.8 to the chain, and we know by utilizing characters like V2 Shanks, who adds 0.9 to the chain, just how useful this actually is. This is going to be adding a lot of damage output to your crews when you use this special ability. And also the fact that he reduces 5 turns of chain locking and chain reduction means that, you know, utilizing the chain boost that he gives you is going to be a little bit better as well. However, you do have to be the captain in order to get that secondary effect, which is a little bit of a drawback, but all in all, I think that they've done Sanji justice in terms of his special ability. As I said before, it's just a little bit annoying that his captain effect is a little lacking compared to what we have nowadays. And now we move on to the secondary Super Evolution character for this month on the Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise, which is going to be Legend Franky. Now, when Legend Franky first came out, I definitely was not a fan of this character. However, when I did pull him earlier on in the year and I actually was able to utilize him and build some teams around this character, I realized that this is actually a really high skill level character. You need to know how to build your teams correctly to really abuse some of the effects that you can get from Franky. And with him getting his 6+, I think it is definitely a huge surprise. I don't think like too many people thought that Franky was ever going to be getting a Super Evolution, especially this early on in the game. So let's go ahead and go through Franky's Super Evolution. So, he is a quick character and he does not change his typing. He also doesn't change his classes either. He maintains his shooter and free spirit classes. Now, when you max limit break him and have him at max level with his Super Evolution, he gets 4,934 health, 1820 attack, and 226 recovery. So, his health and attack are definite top tier statistics. Recovery a little bit on the low end, but I mean, he more than makes up for that with his health and attack. Obviously, he has 65 cost and 5. Now, Franky has a very long and convoluted captain effect, so hopefully I'm able to explain it to you guys easily and efficiently. So, the way that it works, it's very similar to his previous version, where if you have all of your characters on your crew that have at least one of the following classes, being Fighter, Slasher, Striker, and Shooter, then he will boost all characters' health by 1.3 and all characters' attack by 3.25, and he also treats your crew's recovery and tandem slots as matching. So you need to have every single member on your crew to have one of those classes. No, this does not mean that every crew member has to fit in correctly. You need to have one of each of these classes. It's not like Blackbeard where you need to have one of every class. You can have a whole crew of fighters and this will still work. Just every member on your crew needs to have one of those 4 classes in order to get this effect to activate of the 1.3 health, 3.25 attack, and recovery and tandem as beneficial. So just with that alone, that's a very good captain effect and automatically better than Sanji in my personal opinion. But the thing with Franky is he does have his captain action. Now, when you activate the captain action, he will change his attack multiplier from a 3.25 to a 4.25 times multiplier. That's absolutely ridiculous. And on top of that, when you activate the captain action, he will go ahead and reduce damage taken by 38%. And when you are in your captain action form where he goes into General Franky, your crew members cannot be blown away. and also when you attack with your characters, you'll get differing effects depending on who you attack with, which is a little bit, you know, more in-depth, and we don't know too much about it at this current point in time, but we know that, you know, when you used a fighter character on a Franky team and you were in general Franky form, they would get an additional, you know, like 1.25 times attack. When you used a slasher, it would hit all of the front row enemies. When you used a shooter character, it would deal AoE. When you used a striker character, it would deal AoE damage with a reduced value. So I would imagine that the differing effects with your, you know, with your different classes on your characters, I would think that those values would stay the same. I don't think they would need to change them at all, but the fact that he does get an additional 0.25 with his captain effect, you know, going into 4.25 from a previous 4 times, that definitely adds, you know, a decent chunk of damage to Legend Franky's teams, and I do like that about him. But as I said, we don't really know if if each of those classes have differing effects this time around. If they do, I'll put it down below in the description and perhaps in as a pinned comment down below in the comment section. But as of right now, this, as it stands, is the Super Evolution Captain effect of Franky. And the last thing about Franky is going to be his special ability. So his special ability does not go down any cooldown when you super evolve him. He starts off at a 21 turn cooldown, goes down to a 16 turn cooldown, and when you limit break him, he gets an additional cooldown as well, going down to 15 turns. Now, what it does, it will go ahead and cut all enemies' HP by 10%. It also randomizes all non-matching slots on your crew, including block slots, which is very important. And then also for 1 turn, he boosts the attack of fighters, strikers, slashers, and shooter characters by 2 times, which is all pretty much the same thus far. However, on top of all of this, he will boost their attack by 2.25 times instead when you activate the special ability when there are 3 or more enemies on the enemy side of the field. This is a more than welcome addition to the captain effect of Franky. It makes him much better than what he was previously. You get more damage output with the special ability, and I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe the randomization of the orbs is actually a little bit different as well. I believe the Franky previously didn't randomize matching orbs, or he did randomize matching orbs and this one doesn't. So either way, he definitely got a nice buff with his special ability. The HP cut was the same, and the fact that he boosted those classes by 2 times was the same, but adding the effect that if, you know, on the off chance there are 3 or more enemies, you just get an additional, you know, 0.25 to the actual special boost. So that's a really nice addition to Legend Franky's special ability. So all in all, Legend Sanji is a little bit of a disappointment. However, I do not really think that they would have made that much of a big jump. You know, I think Sanji on Japan was released, I think 2016, maybe 2017. I don't actually remember when Sanji was released. I believe it was 2016. So I don't really think that they would make a huge jump for, you know, a 2016 Legend and giving him all these buffs to make him relevant in 2018 all that much. But the buffs that they did give him made him a much better sub. But all in all, I don't think we're going to be seeing too much usage of Sanji nowadays, honestly, with his Super Evolution. Franky, honestly, didn't really need much of a Super Evolution, but the changes that Franky did actually receive are definitely more than welcome. And I think a lot of people who do utilize Legend Franky are going to be very happy with the recent changes to his Captain effect and his special ability. But anyways, that is going to be the conclusion of this video, guys. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.